Today we talk about countersunk motor mount screw holes. Why do you do it? And how I would do it to my frames. Anyone who's built a Tiny Whoop or a Mobulite 7, especially the ones that uses the 3-hole pattern motors, it always helps to find ways to make it lighter, and you can get these plastic mounting screws off Tiny Whoop's websites. They are slightly lighter than obviously these metal ones. Pain in the ass to handle because they're plastic, and you kind of expect it to stick onto your screw easily, but they don't. Drop it on the floor and sometimes they're gone. But I digress. Anyways, why would you do it? Why would you countersunk these holes? If you crash, sometimes you might just rip the heads off of these, and then your investment is gone. They're not cheap. I've done this enough times, doing this to other frames, that I kind of do it by heart. I use a Dremel with a screw bit on there. I think this drill bit, I measured it at 2.4 millimeters. You just want a bit to widen the holes, and we'll find out how big these heads are. I think this is about 2 millimeters. Yep, 2 millimeters. But actually, let me quickly mention other ways of doing this besides using a drill bit. You can also use a file, point file, and kind of get it in there and twist it until it's wide enough. This way is slow, but it works. You can also use a hobby knife and take the sharp end in there and kind of like carve out the hole. That works, but it's slow, and you might overdo it and make the hole too big. I just found Dremel and bit to work best. You can buy the bits off Amazon's websites. I have this one that ranges from 0.1 to 2 millimeters, and they are very handy to have, especially when you're in any type of hobby stuff like this. Let's get down to how I do these holes. It's pretty simple, but like I said, I do this so often. I do it by feel now. I get your Dremel, and this is a new frame. It's a virgin frame, never been used, but I will show you how I do it. You just line it up on the hole, and the way I do it is I drill until I can feel the top of here on my fingertip. And disclaimer, this is a very dull, I think this might be for a wood, or I don't know what this bit is for, but it's not very sharp, so I'm not gonna end up going right through it in one go. It's blunt, so you may want to be careful how you do it with the other drill bits. But let's get to it. I just turn it on. And that's it. And then I use one of the other drill bits and clean it up. So let's use one. I think this is, I don't think it really matters, just as long as it's small enough to fit in there. Clean it up a bit. You can see the hole. And where is my screw? Bounce it on here. Voila. Sits nice and flush. So do that 12 more times. And how long did that take? That took like maybe 5 seconds to do. The other method I used to do before took forever. It was more like trial and error to make sure the hole is big enough. This, 2.4 millimeter drill bit clean up the top, and that's it. And you're on your way to a lightweight build. Any questions and comments? Leave it comments below, and talk to you soon.